Now, a lot of people think subcompact SUVs are boring. Well, this thing is anything but. Tom here with Go Auto, and next to me is the 2026 Hyundai Venue. Now, this is a subcompact SUV, but trust me, it's got massive road presence. This vehicle will elevate your city drives, making them easier and more efficient, while making you not lose an edge on the highway distances. Now, let's step inside and see what it's all about. Now, stepping inside this cabin, one thing that I love is the overall layout about it. Instead of a budget commuter, it feels more like a spacious urban cabin, which is genius. The dashboard is centered with this 8-inch infotainment system. Now, it is a little bit smaller than the competition out there, but it is fantastic. It's super easy to use. With a click of all menus, you can see your media, radio, phone projection, which is going to be your wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as regular Bluetooth if that's something you want. You also get a backup camera in this vehicle, which is surprisingly high quality as well. You got proximity lines that actually turn with the wheel. That way, if you're ever in a tight parking space, you know where your vehicle is going to be lined up. Down below here, you got your regular radio controls here with your tuning and volume knob, but the knobs to talk about are going to be down here with your climate controls. You have your temperature up and down, as well as your fan speed up and down, left and right. The little screen right here is also easy to see and legible for both driver and passenger. And down below, you got a USB-A and C port along with a 12-volt socket. But the best part in terms of charging has to be the fact that you got a wireless charger right there in the middle. This means you can place your phone there and not have to worry about a bunch of cables and loose wiring all around the center console, because in a smaller cabin, you want to make it as spacious as possible, and those things just clutter it up. In the middle here, you got your gear selector, nothing crazy about it, park, reverse, neutral, drive. And down below is where you have your heated seat buttons and your heated steering wheel, because this is heated, which I love. Down below though, you also have your drive mode selector. Turning it to the right or left allows you to adjust from eco, normal, and sport. But with a push of a button, you can now adjust your traction controls, and not the traction where you turn it off and start doing donuts in a parking lot. This is the traction control for different driving conditions: snow, mud, and sand. Now, here in Canada, we might not be dealing with sand too much, but we definitely deal with snow. Before that, you have your cup holders, and these are pretty generic, nothing crazy about them. The one thing to note though is that there's no cushioning or springs to kind of lock your cup in place. So when you get your morning coffee, make sure you take the first couple sips, because you don't want it bouncing around and spilling. The center console, I love this because it is a little bit on the smaller side, but you do get good depth. The thing that I love is when you're driving, you want to rest your arms, you can't do it. Actually, you can. This is great because it makes your driving commutes so much easier. Now, the next thing to talk about has to be the overall seats. They have the nice blue accent tones, which is the same throughout most of this entire interior, and I love it because you have this nice cloth in the middle with these really nice prints on it, and it just feels a little more premium than the regular cloth you would get in a lot of other vehicles. And the seats themselves have this off-white piping and stitching on them, which is great. Now, for the passenger view, you do have your regular glove box right there, but up top is a nice little ribbed storage cubby, perfect for placing a wallet or an extra set of keys. Now, here in the second row, I have to be honest with you, it's pretty spacious for a subcompact SUV. These seats are in my normal position, and I got good knee room and foot room, as well as headroom. I think taller passengers might be a little difficult with it, but it's manageable for me. Definitely road trip worthy. The best part though has to be the thigh support, because some vehicles tend to have your thighs a little bit up in the air, where here I got really nice support, and it's actually a comfortable seating position. These seats as well are nice and soft and have the same materials and designs as the one up front, so you know they didn't cheap out back here. On a downside, however, though, there is no air vents, USB-Cs, or a center armrest. Your child seat anchor points are located between the backrest and the seat, which is really nice because they're pretty easy to always find. But the best part has to be the 60-40 split. Now, that's common in a lot of vehicles, but the best part about it has to be the flat floor load space system, meaning if you're doing any kind of big road trips or throwing snowboards or golf clubs back here, you can easily slide them in and not have to worry about leaning and lifting to get it up this hump. It's nice and easy. Now, the trunk space in the Venue is impressive, and not for how it is right now. It's got a couple secrets up its sleeve. For starters, this right here is a false floor. Now, down at the bottom, you can see your spare tire and your kit for everything that you would need, but this actually allows you to slide it out and put it in the lower groove, so that way you now have a lower floorboard down in this vehicle, which is amazing because a lot of vehicles will give you maybe 2 or 3 inches of extra space. Here, it's easily a fist and a half, probably close to 5 or even 6 inches of extra depth. And Hyundai takes things a step further. Everyone has one of these in their garage, I'm sure of it. This is your privacy shade for the trunk, and you usually take it out when you're doing a big haul of something, you put it in the garage and you forget about it. Well, you won't be doing that with this vehicle. You take off the latches, pull it out of its socket, and it slides down alongside the backrest of the vehicle. This is genius because now it stays in the vehicle permanently. You never have to take it out, and it doesn't take up any space in the trunk. A lot of vehicles have something like this and it takes up a bunch of space or anything like that. Here, it's nice and easy. And you can pull it up and put it back in its place effortlessly. You're gonna notice this vehicle's simplistic finish. They didn't try to overdo anything, and that's really good because there's hardly anything wrong. Something that I love is the Venue nameplate right here. Now, from your distance, it probably just looks like silver, but actually up close, you have this nice white accent inside, giving it a nice two-tone finish. I love that. And the side profile is much the same. It's simple and not overdone. It looks great in my opinion. Now the wheels really add a little sportiness to this vehicle. They're 17-inch aluminum alloys, and I really like how the silver accents on them blend seamlessly with the roof rails here up top. And there's also another thing to add to this top section. This vehicle can actually become a two-tone colorway option if you wanted it to. So if you're in love with this deep blue color like I am, you could also get the roof in white, truly making it stand out. And up front, there's two design cues that really stick out to me. And the first has to be this grille. I love the silver tones of these triangles and how they go from large to small as it goes up on the grille. It gives it a really nice road presence that a lot of subcompact SUVs don't really have. But the second one is gonna be these, the daytime running lights. I love this squared rectangular design. It's really bold without being over the top or anything. And inside, you get LED low beam headlights, meaning in any road condition, you get perfect visibility. And Hyundai takes safety a step further with this vehicle. Not only do you get collision avoidance, but you also get pedestrian detection as standard, meaning if you turn your head away from the road even just for a millisecond, this vehicle's second set of eyes is programmed to keep you and others safe at all times. Now under the hood, the vehicle has a 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine, which is paired to the Intelligent Variable Transmission, IVT. But what does this all mean for you as the owner? Well, on the transmission side of things, you're gonna be getting better fuel economy, which also means more money is getting saved into your pocket. And for the engine, it makes 121 horsepower, which, in all honesty, isn't a lot. But for how light this subcompact SUV is, it's gonna be pretty peppy on the road. The 2026 Hyundai Venue proves you don't need a large footprint to make a massive impact. It's got the tech, style, and the efficiency to make city lifestyle much easier. And to learn more about it, visit goauto.ca or any of our Hyundai dealerships.